night.
That's all for this edition of Dateline. We'll see you again next Friday at 10, 9 Central. And of course, I'll see you each weeknight for NBC Nightly News. I'm Lester Holt. For all of us at NBC News, good night.
The Seduction, Dateline's newest podcast. Listen.
Your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response. Remember, Amera guards it.
Lithia Subaru of Fresno proudly supports tonight's first segment of local news that matters. Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Subaru. Confidence in motion. KC24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
I'm Chief Meteorologist A.J. Fox. Well, we'll start with still being able to see a few thin clouds out there that we can see from our valley cam. Current temperatures are still quite warm. 84 right now in Fresno, 78 in Madera, 80 in Visalia. It's warmer across the valley than yesterday. At least a degree, as many as 5 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. And this was despite the little bit of cloudiness that we had. Now we see just the last little bits of that cloudiness leaving us. The rest will be gone by tomorrow, and we'll have a lot of sunshine, and temperatures will stay very hot. 98 is above average. And then we've got a long stretch of triple-digit days ahead of us. I'll have your complete forecast coming up. KC24 News at 11 starts right now.
Local news that matters. This is KC24 News at 11.
It wasn't sudden. It was unreal. You would never think that somebody's just gonna shoot you.
An early morning trip to the grocery store in Clovis turns into a nightmare for one woman. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexander Balakian. Stephanie has the night off. More on our top story in a moment, but first, 2 Sanger residents behind bars tonight accused of lighting a man on fire. And again, we want to warn you now, the video we were about to show you may be disturbing. This is the surveillance video here from Sanger Park last night. Police say 48-year-old Patricia Castillo is seen pouring gasoline on the victim. Now, before lighting the jacket he's wearing on fire. Castillo now facing attempted murder, arson, and conspiracy charges. Police have also arrested 43-year-old Leonard Hawkins, who they say provided the gasoline. The victim is expected to live despite suffering severe burns. Well, new at 11, evacuation orders now in place in some parts of Yosemite National Park as the Washburn fire is spreading fast. The fire has grown to nearly 500 acres. It's burning near the Wawona Community and Campground. Our Catherine Phillips with more on the evacuation orders and with the Red Cross that's already set up a shelter.
Even though rangers at Yosemite National Park say there are hundreds of firefighters working to contain this fire, because of the way the wind is moving, it's making spots get closer to the developed areas of the park. As the Washburn fire burns into its second night, members of the Red Cross set up an evacuation shelter for some of the 200 people living in the Wawona community who are under mandatory evacuations as the fire grows nearer.
People are really prepared for wildfires, and so they have evacuation plans set in place where they have another place to go, but if they don't, they're welcome at the Red Cross.
There's about 5 miles from the Wawona Community Hotel and Campground to the Mariposa Grove, where the fire is burning heavily.
So if anyone needs a place to stay, food to eat, water, information, they can come to our shelter.
It's one of the most popular spots in the park, featuring some of the world's largest trees, now at danger as the fire grows larger. Park Ranger Scott Getteman says if the fire was burning in a different part of the park, evacuations might not be needed. The Wawona area is not just home to a campground and other wooden structures, but homes that were built before the area was incorporated into the park.
There is spotting, meaning embers are going toward Wawona, so it was based upon the spotting and the location that it was decided to evacuate the Wawona community.
Still, as the fire continues to burn, Getterman says decisions could change as the fire does.
The people are coming up. It's a Friday. We're going into a weekend. And so we're going to monitor it and see where we are at the end of the day. And so we're not asking visitors, not to come. But it is something that, in situations like this, our priority right now, of course, is suppressing the fire.
Right now, the park is open, but the entrance off of Highway 41 is closed. Reporting in Mariposa County, Catherine Phillips, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
New at 11 tonight, a CHP K-9 being credited for a major drug bust. K-9 Bruce helping officers recover roughly 10 pounds of suspected fentanyl pills during a traffic stop. The suspects were pulled over with tinted windows, and officers then suspected illegal activity. Bruce was called in to sniff out the car and discovered the pills in hidden compartments. The suspects are now facing numerous felony drug and child endangerment charges. A man wanted for a series of shootings along the freeway now in custody following a bizarre incident in the parking lot of a Clovis grocery store. Our Juanita Adame with more on how a woman feared for her life when her car window was shot out.
The victim is a local woman who went out for groceries early this morning. She said she does not understand why the suspect, 46-year-old Timothy Benner, targeted her and shot at her car window, barely missing her face. What should have been an early morning shopping trip for Elizabeth Washburn.
It wasn't sudden. It was unreal.
Turned into something far worse.
You would never think that somebody's just gonna shoot you.
It was just after 4 a.m. early Friday morning when Washburn said she pulled into the Winco store at Ashland and Peach and noticed a man in the parking lot of the grocery store.
Oh, he was already here. His lights were on. His head was kind of hanging out of his window. He looked like he was looking for somebody coming out of the store. So
as she went to park her car, she said one of her windows shattered.
Initially, I was trying to figure out if it was something I did or branching off a tree or anything that could actually be the cause of my window shattering.
She soon realized the man, now identified as 46-year-old Timothy Benner, allegedly shot at her car with the pellet gun.
And if I wasn't rolling it up to park my car, then I would have been hit with it.
Washburn was escorted into the store to hide from Benner, and police were called while she hid underneath a stairwell.
I'm angry because there isn't a place that I feel safe.
Police arrested Benner and discovered he was wanted in 2 freeway shootings on Highway 180 just days before the incident at Winco. He was detained and arrested without incident. He is facing charges of attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, and negligent discharge of a firearm.
To find a bullet hole in your own window next to your face is it's astonishing.
Anyone with information on Benner or someone who may have witnessed any of these shootings is asked to call the California Highway Patrol. In the studio, Juanita Adame, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
Dozens of Fresno fax bus drivers threatening to walk out on their job come Monday. The threat comes amid unsuccessful contract negotiations over issues such as overtime pay and surveillance cameras in the bus. The bus drivers union announcing today that they plan to strike on Monday unless the city comes back with a more favorable proposal.
They're being asked to be on surveillance 24/7. What other career are asked to be under surveillance 24/7?
However, Mayor Jerry Dyer says the city's proposal calls for limiting how that video is being handled.
We are providing limits management's right to review the video to 30 minutes before a triggering event and 30 minutes after a triggering event.
The union also opposing plans to change their overtime pay. Right now, it applies to anyone who works longer than 8 hours in a day or a 6th day in a week. The new contract would define overtime as working more than 40 hours in a week. The city says this is designed to reduce unscheduled absences and canceled routes. The rule would only apply to drivers hired after July 1st. Arson is not being ruled out after a West Fresno liquor store goes up in flames. It happened around 5 this morning at Shields and West, where smoke and flames were coming out of the windows of G&G Liquor. Investigators suspect it may have been arson, but the official cause has not been determined. Well, we are continuing to see gas prices drop little by little after reaching record highs. Fresno's now averaging about $6.07 a gallon, according to AAA, and that is down 3 cents from yesterday. It's a dime down compared to a week ago and over 20 cents down from this time last month. Nationally, gas is averaging $4.72 a gallon, with 80% of the country now under that $5 mark. Well, here in town, that cheapest fuel can be found at the Central Gas Station on Blackstone and Yale. You can also find other cheap gas to fill up your car within the city on our website, nearcentralvalley.com. A South Valley casino looking to hire dozens of new employees. Eagle Mountain Casino set to hold a job fair in Porterville next Thursday. Job openings include cooks, servers, bartenders, card dealers, cashiers, and custodians. Now, Eagle Mountain asking applicants to upload their resumes and apply online, and then take a printed copy to the job fair on Thursday. We do have a link to those applications on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Still to come here, former Trump White House counsel Pat Cipollone testifies before the January 6th committee.
Pat Cipollone was perfectly comfortable letting these hearings go by without testifying until pressure became too much.
More on the testimony that required a congressional subpoena. Also, the Department of Education proposing a new set of solutions as the pause on federal student loan payments set to expire.
Your weather headlines for tonight: a little bit of a breeze tonight and then clearing skies by tomorrow morning, but the real heat, that's on the way. Extreme temperatures are going to happen on Monday, and then lots of triple-digit days ahead of us. Your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy will be in the medium range. Juniper, privet, and grass, the predominant pollens, and I'll have your complete forecast as Ksee 24 News continues.
This is Ksee 24 News at 11 with Stephanie Barugian, Alexandre Balakian, and the certified most accurate forecast with AMS certified Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox. Your local weather authority, Ksee 24. Local news that matters.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning.
To Subaru at Fresno, where every new Subaru comes with complimentary maintenance included.
Tonight, Jimmy has Haley Bieber and Austin Butler giving an Elvis Presley lesson.
Some kind of from the side.
And playing Biopictionary.
House of Gucci. Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Plus Twitch and Phoebe Bridgers. Tonight.
You know how everyone has a guy? A pool guy, a tax guy, a guy who knows a guy.
Want to run your AC all day? I'm the guy.
The problem with other solar guys is they install your system and poof, they're gone.
See a lot of solar up here, Helen. Not a lot of guys.
With Solar Negotiators, you've got your guy for life. Installation, monitoring, and maintenance, all included in your purchase price. How you doing up there, Josh?
All good, Helen.
Sure, I provide all the energy, and you get all the credit.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools. Now, AMS certified Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox with your local weather authority forecast.
All right, a lot of stuff to get through. First off, today we got a little bit hotter, a high of 98, which is technically above average for today. Also, today is of historic significance because it was on this day, July 8th, 1905, that we set the all-time record for hottest temperature in Fresno, 115 degrees. That's as hot as it's ever been. 84 right now in Fresno, same in Hanford, 78 in Madera, 80 in Visalia. All numbers are warmer than yesterday by at least one, as many as 5 degrees. And there's still a little bit of humidity out there, especially in the South Valley, now back to the lower 60s. But notice in Merced, dipping down to the 40s. So some drier air is trying to move into the valley with a breeze coming out of the northwest. 15 miles per hour right now in Fresno. And looking at time-lapse photography. Now, the camera moves during this one, and it's kind of jerky, so just forgive me for that one. But right there in the center, there you see the smoke from the Washburn fire that's happening. When I put it into motion, you can see how that smoke is billowing up and actually putting a lot of particles up into the atmosphere. That's where our camera remains posted. This is now the live view from that same camera. Obviously, it's dark, but can you see that spot? You can actually see the fire from our valley cam burning in Yosemite National Park right now. Live radar remains clear. We have not enough cloudiness that could give us any kind of rain. I've said that a bunch of times. We look closely at the smoke that was billowing off of that fire, the Washburn fire right here in the Wawona area, very close to the valley floor of Yosemite. I'm suspecting that the way winds will work out, it'll probably start putting some smoke into the valley floor of Yosemite. We haven't been able to see that so far lately, but it keeps a lot of the smoke out of the valley too. So it's a good news, bad news type of a situation. Looking at our futurecast, we see clearing skies for the rest of the night. A lot of sunshine for tomorrow. That keeps us on the hot side, and we're going to continue to warm up those temperatures through the weekend. 63 tonight in Delano, 64 in Corcoran, Hanford 65, 63 in 5 Points, San Joaquin 62. Same for Madera. Expect 61 tonight in Oakhurst, bless you, 63 in Merced and also Los Banos. High temperatures will be at 97 in Merced, 98 in Dos Palos and Mendota, Madera, 99 expected in San Joaquin, 5 Points, Coalinga, Hanford, and Lemoore, 98 for Selma, 97 in Tulare, Porterville, and Pixley, and Delano, 95 degrees. Air quality will be in the good to moderate range as long as the smoke doesn't fall into the valley, and that's the way the wind is going right now. Your renewable solar forecast, very high numbers Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but notice the energy savings gets less and less because we're going to be getting hotter and hotter these days. We'll be spending some of that energy on our air conditioners. 69 tonight, breezy at times, up to 15 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, expect a high temperature of 98 degrees. A lot of sunshine. That 98 is still above average, and then we get to triple digits on Sunday. The hottest day will actually be Monday, 106 degrees. That's certainly extreme. And then we back off a little, settling into just lower triple digits, lower than 106 anyway, 103 on Tuesday, and we get back up to 104 on Friday. No big spikes in temperatures, but several days of triple digits, and they go beyond Friday too, probably the following weekend and maybe even into the next week. Your regional forecasts, they are available on our website at yourcentralvalley.com, so please go check it out. There's the worst time to have a fire, and so this is going to be a bad situation for us this weekend and beyond.
Yeah, really, right now, no good time to have anything like that. Yeah, AJ, thank you. All right, coming up next in sports, how about a walk-off win for the Fresno Grizzlies? Andrew Martin joins us now with that. Andrew.
Yeah, wins tonight for the Fresno Grizzlies and the Visalia Rawhide. The Grizzlies winning their game in the bottom of the ninth. Sports Central is next.
KC24 is your local election headquarters, and each week, Alexon Balakian talks with local leaders discussing the issues that matter to our valley and their impact on you and your family. Sunday Morning Matters, every Sunday morning at 8 on KC24.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
California voters, beware. Prop 27 is being promoted by out-of-state gambling corporations. It would authorize a massive expansion of online sports gambling in California, turning every cell phone, laptop, tablet, and even video game console into a gambling device, opening up online gambling to anyone, anywhere, anytime. That could lead to more addiction, financial ruin, and homelessness, while exposing millions of children to online gambling. Vote no on 27, the corporate online gambling proposition.
We've been doing this a long time. We've seen thousands of auto accident cases. Between the freeways and rush hour traffic, California's roads can be a dangerous place to drive. People get injured every day. In cases of serious injury, remember, your lawyer matters. Your lawyer matters to the insurance company. Your lawyer matters to the jury. And let's face it, your lawyer matters to the result. Choose the law firm with the reputation and experience to win your case. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by Central Floor Supply. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Round one of the American Century Championship today in Lake Tahoe. That's Derek Carr on the 18th hole. He had a good day on the course. Carr is tied for 37th place after round one. He's in the top half of the 87-person field, as is Josh Allen, tied for 32nd. David Carr didn't do as well. He's tied for 67th. From Ridley High School to Fresno State, Ryan Warkentine will soon be trading his green and white for Bulldog red and white. Warkentine is the latest high school standout here in the Valley to choose the Bulldogs. He agreed to be a preferred walk-on, which means when he joins the team, he'll not only have to earn playing time, he'll also work towards earning a scholarship. Warkentine had one offer from FCS school Valparaiso. He told us back in October it would be a dream to play at Fresno State. It was a dream of Jenna Prandini's to run at Oregon. She did that. She also ran in the Olympics twice. Next weekend, she'll run in her second World Athletics Championships. We knew she'd be there, having recently qualified in the 200 meters. Today, the entry list was released. This year's World Athletics Championships is right at home for the ex-Clovis High standout, Eugene, Oregon. It begins next Friday. To baseball, the Fresno Grizzlies trying to extend their winning streak to 3, once again hosting San Jose. Grizzlies down 5-3 in the 7th when Benny Montgomery brings them closer with an RBI single. Next inning, Juan Guerrero ties the game with a home run. In the next inning, the 9th inning, Adiel Amador brings in the winning run. That's a walk-off. Grizzlies win 6-5. In Visalia, the Rawhide going for 2 in a row and 3 out of 4. Third inning, that's Wilderd Patino stealing second after getting on base by hitting an RBI single. And he takes second, eventually third, and then home, thanks to an error. Rawhide wins 6-3. Series continues tomorrow. Basketball news today, the Cleveland Cavaliers officially announced the signing of 3 players, one of whom is Robin Lopez, ex-San Joaquin Memorial standout. Lopez and the Cavs agreed to a 1-year deal 1 week ago. He's been in the NBA for 14 years, and he's played for quite a few teams: Phoenix, New Orleans, Portland, the New York Knicks, Chicago, Milwaukee, Washington, and most recently, Orlando. Robin Lopez has averaged a little more than 8.5 points and just under 5 rebounds per game in his NBA career. Dodgers beat the Cubs 4-3 in 10. Giants lose to the Padres 6-3. And that's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Start your better life with a new implanted supported smile from Dr. Ryan Dunlop.
When I first saw my smile, I was amazed. Do they really look like this? I smile a lot more. And that's what's better for me.
Call today to book your consultation.
Owning your own home is a dream come true.
So many Californians never missed a mortgage payment before COVID.
The pandemic hit all of us hard.
We could use a fresh start.
If you've missed mortgage payments during COVID, California Mortgage Relief can help save your home. Direct payments to your lender to cover missed payments. No fees, nothing to pay back. Find out if you qualify today. camortgagerelief.org.
Hi, Bruce here for Jackson Jewelers, where we buy your old gold. Professionally designed custom pieces, especially for you, or help you find the perfect bridal ring. Stop by and see us in Old Town Clovis. Jackson Jewelers, where we treat you like family.
Fabulous, fantastic, jaw-dropping,
just mesmerizing. I love art, and this is the first time I felt a part of the art rather than just looking at it. I felt a part of the experience.
Due to demand, new dates added. Don't miss it.
Sometimes the littlest things bring the biggest changes. With Kauai Health by your side, you won't face those changes alone. Our family practice physicians care for every member of your family, developing relationships and getting to know your specific health needs. Because living your best life is about enjoying every moment to the fullest. Kauai Health Clinics, more than medicine, life.
Choosing can be difficult. Corner Bakery makes it simple with our Choose 2. Mix and match any 2 kitchen-crafted favorites to build your perfectly paired meal. For freshly prepared, artisan-inspired choices, visit one of our Valley locations in Fresno and Visalia today.
Start your better life with a new implanted supported smile from Dr. Ryan Dunlop.
When I first saw my smile, I was absolutely overwhelmed, a little in shock.
but mostly just thrilled, absolutely thrilled.
Call today to book your consultation.
Now YourCentralValley.com, pros who know.
At United Health Centers, you will find quality care in medical, dental, optometry, chiropractic, urgent care services, and more. Visit us today for all of your healthcare needs.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
This is KC24 News at 11.
It was a pivotal day for the January 6th investigation. Former White House counsel for the Trump administration, Pat Cipollone, was grilled in a marathon 8 hours of testimony before the committee. Cipollone is subpoenaed after refusing to testify voluntarily. NBC's Susan McGinnis with what comes next.
Pat Cipollone, White House counsel under Donald Trump, appearing in person but behind closed doors today, testifying for 8 hours before the January 6th committee.
I think we did learn some things.
Refusing to appear voluntarily, now under oath and under subpoena.
Pat Cipollone was perfectly comfortable letting these hearings go by without testifying until pressure became too much.
A reluctant witness who could invoke executive privilege.
The questions really have always been, what did the former president know? What did he do relative to January 6th? And I think that picture is becoming ever clearer.
Cipollone called to appear shortly after explosive testimony from White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson, who relayed Cipollone's warning about Trump demanding he be driven to the Capitol January 6th.
We're going to get charged with every crime imaginable if we make that movement happen.
The committee looking to Cipollone to corroborate Hutchinson and likely asking about his threats to resign over the White House's false claims of election fraud. And if he warned Trump directly about legal consequences for not stopping the riot. Hutchinson referencing Cipollone's comments to Chief of Staff Mark Meadows.
Mark, something needs to be done or people are going to die and the blood's going to be on your effing hands. This is getting out of control. I'm going down there.
The committee hoping a once strong Trump defender will be a key witness against him. Cipollone's testimony is on videotape for the committee to potentially use in an upcoming hearing. The next one is Tuesday at 10 a.m. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, NBC News.
The Department of Education proposing a new set of solutions as the current pause on the federal student loan payments are set to expire. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona says he is working to fix the nation's student debt forgiveness program, as 98% of those that apply as public servants were denied access to benefits. He does hope to change that by streamlining the application process so those with 10 years of qualifying public service can get the forgiveness they were promised. The program would also expand to include more people with permanent disabilities. Coming up, a day of fun at the zoo for dozens of Fresno kids. More on their special visit today with the police, mentors, and of course, all the animals.
Fact. Everything mechanical breaks down without maintenance.
Same goes for solar systems, Helen.
Even solar systems.
Yeah, I'm something of an expert on solar, and trust me, some of them are wasting my energy.
And wasting energy is wasting money. That's why Solar Negotiators is the only company where everything's included. Lifetime monitoring and maintenance.
Because if you're paying for me, get all of me.
A little weird, son. Call us today for a lifetime of solar success.
Your life is important. Your family and your community count on you every day. But when you are hurt on the job, all of that can be taken from you. That's why you need Barry Smith and Bartell. Our attorneys understand how devastating a workplace injury can be and are dedicated to helping you secure the benefits you deserve. Call today and let us get you back to what's most important, your life. Barry Smith and Bartell, bringing justice to injured workers.
Attention pain sufferers. If you're living with chronic pain, discover regenerative medicine at Innovative Medical Center.
I believe it's the greatest medical breakthrough that we will see in our lifetime.
I'm no longer in pain. I sleep at night without any sleep medications. Innovative Medical Center has changed my life.
It's never too late to find relief.
Regenerative medicine is effective. It's safe. There are no side effects or downtime on these procedures.
Get an examination and x-rays for just $49. Call Innovative Medical Center right now.
Daryl's has space for everything you aren't quite ready to part with. So you can have the space you need to make your house feel like home again. Daryl's has you covered since 1963.
For 75 years, Whitey's Pets has been helping you find your new best friend. We carry leading brands of dog and cat food at great prices. Our expert staff will help, whether you're just starting out or have years of schooling. Whitey's carries all the supplies and accessories your new friend needs to be happy and healthy. Shy friends, furry friends, slippery friends, friendly friends. Whitey's Pets, open every day. The best service and selection for 75 years. Say, how long is that in dog years?
Next week on KC24 Sunrise, a way to let out some rage. We'll give you a look inside Fresno Rage Room.
And Fresno's first cannabis dispensary is opening. You need some rage and then a little calming. All that and more next week with KC Sunrise.
All right, finally, who doesn't want to spend a Friday at the zoo? For most of these kids, they do. At the Mary Ella Brown Center in Fresno, that's what they got to do. Today, you know, a few dozen kids got a free visit to the Chaffee Zoo. They got to see all the animals, go on scavenger hunts, and then enjoy lunch with some Fresno police officers and, of course, volunteers from Teens That Care.
So Teens That Care is a nonprofit here in Fresno. We started 4 years ago. We have 100 members currently, and it's high school students that volunteer, do community outreach programs throughout Fresno, and they're from high schools throughout Fresno.
And AJ will tell you they did this the right way. They only spent the morning at the zoo.
Oh, yeah.
As volunteers say, they wanted to give them an experience to remember. Students involved in Teens That Care commit to volunteering a minimum of 30 hours per year in the communities. What a great cause there. But yeah, again, don't go late in the afternoon.
Right, morning only. And yeah, even late afternoon or evening is a little too much, especially on Monday. 106. Between now and then, we get hotter every day, and so we're going to then level off, but still triple digits through all of next week, and that'll put us to between 102 and 104. And spoiler alert, Saturday and Sunday next week, now they'll be triple digits too.
Oh my God, here we go. All right, have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll see you Monday.
At KC24, Community Matters.
During our Founders Day of Caring, we partnered with our community food bank, and you gave over 1,000 pounds of peanut butter and enough cash for over 17,000 meals.
Keep the giving going. Scan the QR code to donate.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
At Long John Silver's, our new coconut popcorn shrimp brings you a taste of the islands. They're covered in crispy sweet coconut flakes and fried to golden perfection. Try our new coconut popcorn shrimp with our $10 C-shares. Order online at longjohnsilvers.com. This year.
When adventure calls, Toyota answers with more hybrid choices than any other brand. With class-leading NPG that never needs plugging in, you can venture on and off the grid with confidence. Every Toyota hybrid vehicle comes with Toyota Care 2-year complimentary scheduled maintenance and our exclusive 10-year, 150,000-mile hybrid battery warranty for wherever adventure takes you. Toyota, let's go places.
If you ever had one of these pass you in the pouring rain, it's scary, and they can really hurt you. Believe me, when it comes to big truck wrecks, I know what I'm talking about. I'm attorney Tom Dunyan. Call me. It's just that easy.
At Central Floor Supply, we have the floors your home has been dreaming of. Our warehouse is filled with name brand, waterproof flooring, and luxurious carpet that will make your home the envy of the neighborhood. Like our Mohawk Smart Strand, forever clean, exceptionally durable. So before you go to the big box stores, come check us out first. Save time, save money, and save the headaches. For the best in flooring and real customer service, call Central Floor Supply and see why so many people say you gotta go see James.
California voters, beware. Prop 27 is being promoted by out-of-state gambling corporations. It would authorize a massive expansion of online sports gambling in California, turning every cell phone, laptop, tablet, and even video game console into a gambling device, opening up online gambling to anyone, anywhere, anytime. That could lead to more addiction, financial ruin, and homelessness, while exposing millions of children to online gambling. Vote no on 27, the corporate online gambling proposition.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
From Studio 6B in Rockefeller Center in the heart of New York City, it's The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Hey, 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 hey! Tonight joins Jim and his guests, Haley Bieber, Austin Butler, Stephen Twitch Ball, musical guest, Phoebe Bridgers, and featuring the legendary Ruth Rose.
1671!